In this video, I'm going to show you a simple version of how to play All of Me by Seymour Simons and Gerald Marks. This is a really popular jazz standard, so it's a great place to start if you're just learning jazz standards or you're just learning to play baritone ukulele. I'm going to show you how to play this in the key of G because that's the key I sing it in, and it's also a good place to start with lots of open strings. So this song is made up of 32 measures, and it's an A-B-A-C song form, which means that the first 8 measures are the same as the third 8 measures. So you've got, here's an idea, here's a different idea, we're going back to that first idea, and then a different idea at the end. We're really only having to learn 3 sections of the song because one of those sections repeats. So the first section, it's just 4 chords over 8 bars. So it starts on a G chord, which we play by putting our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. That's a G major triad. So we're going to play that for 2 bars. The next chord is going to be a B dominant 7 or just B7 chord. And we play this one by putting our pointer on the 1st fret of the D string, middle on the 2nd fret of the G string, and ring on the 2nd fret of the E string. So it's 1st fret, 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret. That's our B7. So starting on G to our B7, and the next chord that we end up playing 2 bars later is an E dominant 7 or E7. You can play either just an E major triad, which would be middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string and pointer on the 1st fret of the G string. So that's 2nd, 1st, open, open. Or you can take your middle finger off and it's just pointer on the 1st fret of the G string. And that's an E7. So this is an E major triad. That's an E7 chord. All right, we've got 2 bars of that, and then we go to an A minor 7. I'm going to simplify and show you an A minor chord. We play that by putting our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and pointer on the 1st fret of the B string, and then our E string is open. So that's 2nd, 2nd, 1st, open. So these are the 4 chords we just learned. G, B7, E or E7 to an A minor. All right, so that's the first 8 bars. In time, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. B7. 7 or an E, A minor. Okay, so that's the first 8 bars. So then the second section that we have to learn starts on a B7. So we already know this one. That's 1st, 2nd, open, 2nd for 2 bars. And then we go to an E minor 7. I'm going to show you an E minor that's pretty close to the same thing. So our middle finger just goes on the 2nd fret of the D string. Everything else is open. That's our E minor chord. And then the next chord is an A7. And the only thing you change to go from E minor to A7 is adding your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. So it's middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. So it's 2nd, open, 2nd, open. And then from there we go back to our A minor 7. So you see our middle finger is moving over 1 string and we're adding the pointer to the A minor 7. And then we're going to a D7. So going from our A minor to a D7, our pointer is going to stay in place. Pointer on the 1st fret of the B string. Our middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string, and our ring finger is on the 2nd fret of the E string. So it's open, 2nd, second. Okay? So those 8 measures that we just learned go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. B7, E minor, A7, A minor to D7. Okay? And then we're back to that first section that we already learned. So we're just repeating the first 8 measures. Remember that started on the G chord. So I'm going to sing everything we've learned so far in time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? You can take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? All right, this is the last 8 bars. This is my favorite part of the song. So we're gonna go to a C chord, which is played by putting your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, pointer on the 1st fret of the B string. So it's 2nd, open, 1st, open. This is pretty similar to our A minor shape. We're just taking off the ring finger. So 2nd, open, 1st, open. Okay? The next chord is a C minor 6. We're going to simplify that to a C minor. There are a couple ways to play this, but I think the best way to play it in this context is going to mean coming up the neck a little bit, but we're not really barring. We are going to use 4 fingers, but it's not really barring. So for this C minor chord, we start with our ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string, pinky on the 5th fret of the G string, middle on the 4th fret of the B string, and pointer on the 3rd fret of the E string. So it's 5th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. That's a C minor. And from a C minor, we go to a B minor. So all we have to do is move this entire shape 1 fret over, 1 fret closer to the headstock. Okay, so from our C minor to B minor, so that's now it's 4th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. And then we're going to an E7 or an E major. So this is the E major we already learned, or if you want to play it E7. And then the last 4 bars, you just go A minor, D7, G. So the last 8 bars that we just learned sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to play it 2 times through, and the first time I'll say the chords that I'm playing, and the second time I'm going to sing the lyrics and melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. G to B7, E or E7, A minor, B7, E minor, A7, A minor, D7, G, B7, E7, A minor, C, C minor, B minor, E, A minor, D7, G. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? If you want more information on how to play the baritone ukulele or to see a lead sheet of this song written out, you can join me at patreon.com/AbigailFlowersMusic.